Okay, so I have two containers. I have two containers. Are these equal containers?
No.
Why aren't they equal? Just use your description words. Brooke, what are different about these containers? I have them on a common baseline. They're sitting on a flat surface. What is different about them? Why aren't they equal? Brooke says, Trevin, in your seat. Brooke says one is shorter and one is taller. Can someone tell me something else that's different about them? Ella?
The oats are not in the same size, because this one's bigger and this one's
So you don't think there's the same number of oats in there? Okay. Have a seat. What's different about the containers? Corbin?
The one that has more is bigger, the one is shorter.
Which one do you think has more? This one?
No.
Okay, Corbin says this one has more. Raise your hand if you think this one has more. Raise your hand if you think this one has more.
Not the people.
Raise your hand if you think they're equal. Okay, let's test it. I have my measuring cup. And I have my bowl. Now, if I'm using a measuring cup, I'm not using non-standard units of measure. I'm actually going to be using standard units of measure. And these are called milliliters.
I know those are.
So I'm going to measure this one first. Oh, and this one's actually too big to measure. I'm going to use my cup. So our unit of measure would be a cup. Now, I'm going to pour it in. Oops, I missed a few. Now, Corbin, is that pretty close to the top? Not exact, but it's pretty close, right?
I didn't see it.
Peyton, it's okay, I'll be back.
I want to eat it. No.
So, you've seen where this one is. So I'm going to dump it in the bowl.
I haven't seen it.
Peyton, leave it alone, please. Now I'm going to measure this one. Do you guys, I think we thought there was more in this one, but let's see. Oops.
That's not working very well. They're not good. They're not good.
This one has more or less in it, Corbin.
What?
This one has less in it.
I know. One bottle is wider. Yeah.
Tessa, what did you say?
One bottle is wider.
One bottle was wider. And if it's wider, does it have more room to hold things?
Yes.
So is the capacity greater? Yes. Very good. So those capacities were different. One held more. So, listen, we have some new vocabulary. Say more than. Less than.
Less than.
Equal to.
Equal to.
Now, sometimes when we learn new vocab words, there's a definition. Can someone tell me what the definition or meaning of more than would be? Peyton? So you used the term more than, and you said there's more than the other. Can anyone say it in a different way? Brooke? There's less in the other one. So what does less than mean? What's that definition? Stop sign. Colin?
Less means there isn't more, but there's not more than the other one.
So in this example, there is not more oats. There's not more
They're
oats
not
in
the same height.
Okay. What would it mean to be equal to? Hands. Angel, what would it mean to be equal to? Try to use my oats. If I had two bottles and I said that their capacities were equal to each other, what would that mean?
That it would mean when this
once you're done, you need to go get started. One count. That's all we use is one count.
More than, less than, equal to, more than, less than, equal to. Have a seat. Now we're going to go one by one, and I'm going to give you directions. So, turn those ears on. I see 2 containers. And the containers are different heights. They're different widths. And I think they might have different capacity. I would like you to circle the container that you think has a less than capacity. Which container in the first box would hold less than? Which one would hold less oats? Or less cubes? Or less water? Or chocolate milk?
Or chocolate chips.
So we're just doing the first box. It looks like we did good. All right, on the next box, like you're reading a book, we have a kettle and we have a cup. I want you to put a square around the object that could hold more than. Put a square around the object that could hold more than.
We're kind of like doing a shape triangle, maybe.
And if you put a box around the kettle, give yourself a pat on the back.
Kettle. A kettle is that big thing right up there.
It's called a tea kettle. You put it on your stove and it warms up water for your tea.
Yeah, all you need is warm water for tea.
Go to the next line and I see maybe a bottle of soda and a pan.
Pan? Where? Right here.
Kindergarten, Miss Maven didn't give you any reason to talk. These two, which one? Put a square around the one that holds more. All right. On the next line, I see the pan and the bottle. Put a circle around one or the other. Put a circle around the one that would hold less than. Which one holds less water? Circle that way. And raise your hand if you want to share your answer. To share your answer, I'm looking. To share your answer, I want you to show me the shape of your object. Either you have a bottle or a pan. Show me your answer. A bottle. I think most of us said bottles because the bottle, if we have a bottle by the stove and we have a pan on the stove, which one would we cook our spaghetti in?
Pan.
We cook it in the pan because that would hold more. Now let's go to the next one. I see another bottle and another pan. Put a square. Listen. Stop sign. Eyes on me. Stop sign. Eyes on me. I don't have all my eyes. Put a square around the container that has a larger capacity. More than. of water and put it in the bottle, and I put it in the pan. 1 handful in the bottle and 1 handful in the pan. Brennan, sleep down. Would the bottle and the pan have the same amount of water in them?
Yes.
Angel, Trev, and I asked the pencils are down.
Yes.
Why wouldn't they, Tom?
Because the pan is bigger than the bottle, and the pan can hold. And when you put the water in there, it's bigger than the bottle.
The water would spread out more in the pan, Tom, but would there still be just 1 handful? So that's tricky. Even though the pan is bigger, and so the water would spread out more, there's still only 1 handful in each container. And we'll do that tomorrow, hopefully, and I'll show you that just because the container is bigger doesn't mean there's more or less water, okay? So these are empty containers, though, so we're just going by size. Go on to the bottom line, and that's called a thermos. Can you say thermos?
Thermos.
Some people bring thermoses of coffee or hot chocolate to work if they work outside or if they drive, because it keeps things warm. And then there's a fancy glass. Which one could hold more? Which one could hold more? Put a circle around it. Which one of these? Brennan, think about what you could do to avoid that. Which one of these holds more? Wonderful. All right, now, the last one, I want you to use your wonderful handwriting, and I'm going to give you 2 words. I'm going to give you the word more, and I'm going to give you the word less. I want you to write the word more on the container that has a bigger that can hold more. And I want you to write the word less above the container that has a smaller capacity. All right, so go ahead and do that. Each container should have a word written above it. There's not a line to write it on, that's right. You just have to write it as best as you can in that white area. But Trevin, would there be more milk in this or in this if we filled them to the top? Corbin, would there be more if we filled them to the top? Which one would have more? Ella, you may put yours in your folder. Good job. And this one. Okay. This one down here. More. Yep, and we circled the one that was less, so you're exactly right. Good job. I think we're good, Mrs. Roy.